Yo, what up YouTube family? Back in the shop on the 63 project on a Thursday afternoon. So, as you may recall, where we left off yesterday, or maybe better said in the last video, it's working on painting the dash, because that's one item we left. We didn't really do it, when we painted the whole car. So with the windshield being out, now is a good time to do it. So yesterday, top half of the dash, I gave the first coat, but I couldn't go much further because for one, I was low on time, but for two, I didn't really mask off all the areas I needed to in order to get a clean, paint job on it. So I've now done that. Took quite a bit of masking because, like I said, there's a lot of parts I'm not removing to save time. And some tedious masking, like this steering wheel has these little chrome accents, but luckily I had some fine line tape you see over there on the seat that helped me to do a better job on masking that off. And you may notice that the whole gauge cluster is out. I opted to take that out. That's the best way to paint that instead of trying to do all kinds of intricate masking and whatnot. But I still need to come in here and wipe everything down. There's still a healthy coat of dust and whatnot on steering column and underneath, where the dash bezel goes. So I'm gonna come wipe everything down, get it all good to go, and yeah, just paint it. That gauge cluster bezel, I'm pretty sure that's not the original one that was with the car, but no problem. I'm just gonna paint that over here. I got it set up on these buckets and this block of wood so I can access everything and get a good coat of paint on that. I wiped it off a little bit, but I do need to wipe that off again too. Yeah, and yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to unmask everything today. I want to make it dry, give it enough time to dry up real good. So we'll probably put everything back together tomorrow. I'm thinking too, these kick panels right here, they're black. I was thinking about spraying those too, but I don't know. Every time I've seen those painted in the past, they usually flakes off. I really need some adhesion promoter since it's plastic to help ensure that I get good coverage on that. So I'm gonna just probably leave those for now. But down the road, I might paint them. But more than likely, I'm gonna completely change them out. And they make aftermarket ones you can put in there that have an opening for a speaker. Can't remember if it's 4.5-inch speaker or 6.5-inch speaker, but since these cars didn't really have like a whole lot of speakers in them back in the day, that really helps. I think they really just had the dash speaker and then a little speaker in the center of the back seat. And yeah, that's not gonna cut it for me. So I'll probably put some little tweeters and small speakers in the kick panels. That's kind of what I did in my 64 convertible and a couple other 64s that I had. And it usually works out pretty good. So the more I think about it as I'm talking to you guys, I probably won't even touch those. And I'll just throw them back in for the time being. But yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm gonna, like I said, clean this stuff up now, wipe it down real good, and man, just go ahead and shoot it. Get some paint on there, and we'll look forward to seeing the transformation. It's gonna be nice to finally see the steering wheel, match and everything. Because although I'm going with, like I said, a little bit of black, a little bit of red, I don't need the steering wheel black, The column is red, so it just sticks out like a sore thumb. Yep, so that's what we're gonna do. Hold tight, guys, and I'll come back to you in a few minutes. If nothing else, I'll at least show you what everything looks like when it's all red. And you may also notice too, I talked about pulling the whole seat out yesterday, and it's like, no, it's not even worth the effort, honestly. I'm not gonna damage anything. I just grabbed a couple big garbage bags and covered it up to keep any overspray off of that immediate area. Because I do have to paint the steering wheel, so I'm gonna have to get low. I'll be able to get enough access to get paint on it. But from some of the angles I'm spraying at, if I didn't have the seats covered up, we could have some issues there with paint getting on the seat. So anyway, you know, it's okay to take a shortcut here and there, you know, but certain things it's just absolutely not possible to take a shortcut. This is one of those areas where you'll see it's gonna work out just fine. So anyway, hang tight and I'll come back to you guys in a few. Yo, all right guys, so we're back. You can see the gauge cluster has been painted. Still drying a bit. And I was also able to get the dash done. Oh man, I forgot the flashlight, but I think it's, you guys can see that, you know. It's pretty much there. So a couple spots where I'm gonna need to go over again and give a little more coverage. For sure, the steering wheel, you know, it's a awkward piece to paint while it's still on the car, you know. It's round, it's skinny, blah, blah, blah. But I think I got good coverage on pretty much the entire wheel. There's a couple spots on the backside that I need to go over again. But all in all, everything is looking good. Paint laid down pretty smoothly. So just like that, the dash is painted. We'll give it a chance to dry. I may go over the top part of the dash one more time, but I have to see how it looks when I shine the light on it. But overall, happy, made that progress. Man, every time I walk past this bumper, I want to put it on. I just might try. But what I need to do for sure is take these couple of braces off because I already have some on the car. You see, like this brace right here, that's this thing right here. So I need to disconnect that from the bumper on both sides. Excuse me. Excuse me there, but yeah. And I kind of wanted to paint that reinforcement bar just so it looks nice and clean, but yeah, you know, that's something that could always be done later. So I think I'm gonna skip that. I think for right now, I'm gonna just take those couple reinforcement bars off. And I think I have some foam up here. I may try and take some thin foam and just cover the fenders, that lower half there on both sides, and go ahead and slap this thing on. But we'll see. One thing at a time. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, trying to rush and create any issues. I still got a couple other things I can do. But first of all, let's finish the task we started on. I'm gonna let these things dry off or dry out a bit. Open up the door to get some airflow in here. I really should have took this outside, so even though it's kind of chilly, the little bit of sunlight we got would have helped it dry a little faster. But we'll go ahead and let that dry. And same for the dash. I'm gonna give it a little bit. I'm gonna take a break and drink a cold beverage, and then probably do another light dust coat over the dash, and then fix those couple of spots that need to be fixed on the steering wheel. Yeah, but I really need to let it dry because I might have to turn the wheel to get to it. So, you know, let me slow down. Sometimes we want to go a little bit too fast and can cause issues, so I'm gonna just chill. This just means it's break time, but all in all, I think it came out pretty good. Yeah, it's nice to see it all look in one color now. No more black steering wheel, no more off color dash. So there it is, guys. I'm your host, Shawnee C. at Motor City Customs. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And most of all, stay tuned. We'll be back with more content in the very near future. I'm your host, Shawnee C., and I'm out of here for today, guys. Stay safe. Peace. All right, guys, so I just came back because I hit it with another coat, and I just wanted to show you guys real quick. So even though I kind of wrapped up and closed us out in the other video, that's kind of, you know, that's how it's looking. Still drying, but yeah, I'm glad I hit it with that extra coat. You know, makes all the difference, and probably makes it a little more durable too. You know how it goes with the dashboard, you know, especially on the passenger side. People you know, put a cup up there or something. And, you know, yeah, it's got a nice shine to it too. Yeah, see the steering column, everything painted in nicely. Yep. So really, it's just some of the uh, finer details now to get the interior looking good. It's time to really spend money to make it look right. So I need a carpet and a few other things, you know, a few odds and ends. But we'll get there. Who knows? Maybe the car will sell before I even get to enjoy it. It's not posted, but I will sell it if somebody sees it and has to have it. Yeah. So the bezel got another coat too. So yeah, I think everything came out good, guys. You know, that's another one where we're checking off the items on the list and making forward progress. And that's what it's really about. You know, when you're doing something like this, you just got to keep going, keep going, keep going. I mean, it's for sure it's going to be times when you're like, man, I don't feel like it, or, you know, it could wait. But, you know, putting it off isn't always the best thing because it's easy to get comfortable and then lose track of things, or, you know, you might end up getting sidetracked with something else, or health issue come up. Who the heck knows what could happen? Life can just really get in the way. So once you got some momentum, roll with it and keep going, keep going, keep going. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to actually build on the momentum and carry it over into the next project, right? I need to pivot here real soon. You know, although this car is not 1,000% done, it's really in a good way now. So any work we would need to do when spring rolls around would be real light work, you know. God forbid we have any mechanical issue. I still have some underlying things on the mechanical end. You guys may remember if you watched some of the videos from way back. Though this car runs, we were having like heater core issue. I bypassed that and some other little miscellaneous things that we never really got to the bottom of. But the car runs good. And worst come to worst, man, it ain't nothing. It's just a small block. If we got to rebuild it, we rebuild it. Or in this case, we'd probably just swap it out for a known good unit. But anyway, let's keep our fingers crossed that we'll get that engine solidified when time permits. But I probably wouldn't even mess with it until the spring, unless we're bored or something, because we got other work to do. This Cadillac has been on the back burner far too long, and the only thing I'm kind of dreading with it is it's in the worst spot it could be in the shop, in the entire shop, because that's like the wettest area. That's where the worst spots are in the roof, and we get a lot of water intrusion. But with that said, winter is coming up, so once it snows a few times, we don't really get a whole lot of leaks until it's time for the snow to melt. But I don't like working in the cold. I told you guys in the previous video, so we'll see how it goes. But where I'm at, I want to start cleaning up the frame. May start on that as soon as this weekend, but worst case, next week, because I want to wrap up what I'm doing here. And when I say wrap up, I want to finish with that dash. Now that we got it painted, once things are dried, tomorrow we can untape and reassemble things and get that back, at least back how it was before. I don't have a radio to put in it right now, so I got to look out for one of those. But matter of fact, I got to check the parts card, but if my first thought is correct, I don't have a radio in any of them. Maybe the blue car has a radio. I'll look a little bit later. But anyway, I need to also get the bumpers on. I want to get both the front and the rear bumper on. And I know I was supposed to clean up the back bumper the other day, and I didn't do it. And honestly, at this point, it's like just clean it up once it's on the car. So we'll see. Maybe before, I don't know. We'll see. In the next few days, the plan is just to wrap up on this car. Let me just say it like that. At least the core things which I just mentioned. Finish the dash area and get the bumpers on. Then we're gonna put it to the side while we wait for a few other things to get taken care of, like the missing trim and the door glass, etc. Until I procure those parts, I'm just gonna hit the pause button on it and then pivot to the Fleetwood coupe, that is. I keep forgetting. I can't remember if it's 84 or 85. I want to say 84. I gotta check. It might be 85. Anyway, it's a Fleetwood coupe, and the engine is kind of under a cover right now, but gonna be dropping that engine in there. And that's it, guys. I'm just all over the place right now, so I'm gonna wrap up. This is a little extra part of the clip that I didn't even plan to put in the clip, but here it is anyway. So there it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I appreciate you taking the time to check it out. If you get a chance, check out some of the other content. Check out the merchandise store. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all the good things, right, guys? Hook me up, show some love, and let's get this work done. I'm Shawnee C at Motor City Customs, and I'm out of here. Peace.